right, hello there. DrBryan here with the H60 Lifestyle. Hey, thanks for tuning in, and if you get something out of the show, go ahead and hit subscribe and share with your friends and family and colleagues out there. I wanted to shoot you a quick message today. I got some emails the other day, people talking about goals and writing them down. Is it really important nowadays? I mean, to do that, and do you sell yourself short if you write them down and you don't hit them? And what's the purpose of this? Well, I got to tell you, I addressed the emails, but I also wanted to go ahead and shoot something about it for you guys that are listening, and maybe you can get something out of this and understand what I'm talking about here, because it is vitally important. And it's a hard lesson that I learned, later in life, that I wished that somebody had said, or better yet, they've been saying it for years. I wish that I had been paying attention to it and did it in my younger years, because it would have really helped me tremendously. So I wanted to share with you guys some thoughts and some metaphors and possibly some action steps that you guys can take to do this. So one of the metaphors that I love using whenever I'm talking or lecturing on something like this is if you take a sea captain on the sea, on a ship, right? The boats have a rudder for a reason. The rudder on the boat is going to guide them to where they want to go. The captain can steer them where they need to go. Well, chances are, if your boat does not have a rudder, right, chances are you're going to crash upon the shore. Obviously, eventually you're going to hit a shoreline. Chances are it's going to be a rocky shoreline someplace, and it's not going to be where you want to be. It's not going to be where you want to end up. But every now and then, a blind squirrel finds a nut, and you're going to go right into the harbor, right? Even without a rudder, you're going to go on into the harbor, okay? So with that being said, those in my mind are like the lottery winners or the jackpot winners, or their great aunt and uncle that they never knew they had died and left them a huge inheritance, right? They found the harbor. Even though they didn't have a rudder guiding them to where they wanted to go, they had no friggin' clue on what they're doing, they still made it in, right? We all know those people. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but you know as well as I do, there's money is a form of energy. It's a law of attraction energy, right? So those people, the curse of the lotto syndrome, they're not going to hold on. I guarantee they're going to be back to where they started, rudderless. Within 6 months to 5 years, they're going to be right back, right? Because money doesn't hang around for that type of energy. But even without a rudder, you're still going to find a harbor every now and then that you can go into just by sheer dumb luck. But for the majority of us, we got to have a rudder, or we're going to be banging against the shores. The rudder is our goals, our paths on what we want to do. You can tell a ship captain, you can ask him one question and say, hey, where is your next port going to be, and your second port after that? They will be able to tell you within one sentence of where they're going to be. Even though they can't see it on the horizon, even though they're not even close to it yet, they know where they're going to go, because they know that if they follow the course, they map it out, and they do the grind every single day, they're going to eventually get to where they're wanting to go. The ship is going to get there. It may take 5 days across the ocean, but it will get to the port, and it will be where they wanted to go. Then they'll realize that destination, then they'll chart another port that they will go, chart another path, and they'll start and they'll repeat the process, okay? So this applies to anyone that is wanting to make a difference in their lives, whether it be financial, career, health, it doesn't matter. It's going to follow those same principles. You need to find out where you want to go and write it down. Then map it out and work backwards. And be able to define it within a sentence or two. Say, hey, this is where I want to go. Yep, this is where I'm heading. Do you have to know all of the steps to get there? No, you don't. And, I remember years ago listening to Jack Canfield talking about headlights, driving from New York City to California. He said, I don't need to know if I leave New York, I don't need to know every turn I'm going to make when I go through Oregon or go through any of the Midwest states. I don't need to know those turns. I just know that I am going to go from New York to California, And if I'm driving at night, my headlights are going to see so far. And as long as I keep focusing on that and keep going that way and staying within my headlight beams on the right road, I'm going to get to California. I'm going to get to my destination. I don't need to know every twist and turn that I have to go and every obstacle. I don't need to prepare for that. I just need to stay the course and I will get there. It's the same way with everything else that we're doing if we're going to be high achievers and be the full expression of ourselves. We don't need to know everything that's going to happen. We don't need to account for everything because it's called life. You can't, right? You don't need to know every obstacle. You don't need to know the how. You just need to know the why and the where. The how will come. A good example is if you walk into a room and you flip on a light switch. You know the light is going to come, well, if you paid your bill, right? But you know the light is going to come on when you flip the switch. Do you know exactly how electricity works on with the electrons and everything else, how the flow, right? Most people don't, and it doesn't matter. All you need to know is that when you flip the switch, the lights will come on. So the how isn't as important as the knowing where and the knowing why you want to go there, and then mapping it out and sticking to the course. Embrace the suck and keep doing it day after day. That's one of the things that most people fall short on is they say they want money, right? I want to have a lot of money. Well, great. When do you want to have it by? How much? I mean, is $500 a lot to you? It could be a world of difference to many people. Is 50,000, 5 million, doesn't matter. Be specific, get your path, and follow it, okay? All right, so that was just a little short message I wanted to get out to you guys to make sure that you guys are running a ship that has a rudder on it, or are you just taking a chance and that the tides will bring you up on a shore and let you drift into port, you know? As you go, I'll leave you with this thought. As you go to the stores and you're out and about in your town and your communities, take a look at how many people are living life without a rudder, without a mission, without a purpose. Their life is to get up, go to work, 9 to 5, 9 to 7, work 10, 12-hour days, 5 days, 6 days a week, come home, plop on Netflix, go to bed, and repeat the cycle. And they live for the Saturday and Sunday when they go out and they booze it up with their friends or they play soccer on the weekends with their kids. Then they go back to the old grind again, all right? They're being limited by their own beliefs, to be honest with you. They are. They could be so much more if they wanted to. Now, again, on the flip side, world needs cab drivers. If that's all they want to do, then that's perfect. I have some friends and family that, you know, I don't want to be management. I just want to come in and do my job and go home. And they're happy doing that. That's okay. But majority of the people, especially since COVID hit, a lot of them are reaching out. I get emails all the time now. A lot of them are reaching out. Hey, you know, I discovered that I am not happy in my job. I am not happy doing what I'm doing. I feel an inner pull, an inner need to do more. So what can I do? How do I start this? I got to get off this hamster wheel. Well, the first thing is be the ship captain. Make sure you got your port of destination and know where you want to go, and make sure your rudder is in place. Don't go through life without a rudder. All right, that's all I got for you. I just wanted to send that out because I just got done sending some emails back to those people, and I thought, you know what? Let's just talk about this real quick. All right, you guys take care. Again, this is another episode of H60 Lifestyle. Be coming at you with more. Dr. B, out of here.